Oh, and let me send you the link for the site. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, and then everything works like on the web view too, but like we're supposed to it's supposed to be like a mobile app.
Mhm.
So if yeah, that's like the main way for the users to use it. So if the way it works is you can just like right click on where the white area is,
Okay.
and then the last option after you right click is inspect, like all the way at the bottom. And then we might have to just like change like the view a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, for whatever reason, it opens differently on everybody's laptop. But if you see there's a home icon a little bit at the top of the gray area. And
Yep. You talk about right
and
here.
yeah, and then two like boxes to the left of that is like a phone and a laptop screen right there. Yeah,
Mhm.
and if you click that, it should go to like the phone view.
Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. And then so the first feature will features like just like creating an account. So if
Mhm.
you're able to just start by creating an account, please.
Sure. Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah. And then, so I'll say like the last four are like not implemented at all. So we'll try to focus on just like the first three, and the map does work, but there's like some features on it that aren't fully implemented. So just like based off the home screen right now, is there
Mhm.
anything that stands out to you, anything good or bad, anything that could be better that you don't understand anything?
No, for for a an application, I mean, I like the layout. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'm liking everything so far.
Okay. And then I guess we'll just start out by with messages.
Okay.
And then you can do anything you want, anything, just try anything. Um or any feature you think it's supposed to be, just if you try it out. Oh yeah, that was I remember with Dr. Carlo Beckman yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it so the premise is like like everybody in a certain city, so like the ER staff in the hospital, the AMR personnel, the fire personnel, and the police would all have like this kind of like a group chat that goes on.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the idea, but not just in the city, just everybody who signs up for the app.
Gotcha.
Would it make more sense if it's just in the city or like a surrounding area, county or anything like that?
It's just the biggest question I'd have would just be like what's pertinent because if you had like in essence like a giant group chat from like let's just say it's an entire county, what's important to people in Lafayette may not be very important to people in Richmond and
Mm.
Richmond to Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh to Brentwood. Um, so that's why I was like, is it like is it broken up into smaller group chats or is there like levels of it?
That's true. Okay. We are able to like create like our own groups, so you can create one just for your department or anything like that. But I think that definitely is true. There's no reason for like a department from one city if it's like all like an hour or two away, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, but these groups right here are for like all like police that sign up for the app or all medics that sign up for the app.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then we'll try creating a group in a second as well.
And then how would the public like would it be just kind of almost like I'm thinking like Ring, like I have a Ring camera and I get like those notifications like, "Oh, hey, what's all these sirens about on, whatever avenue?" Would it be something like that where they could just kind of inquire what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. And then also you can respond back. So this is just for all first responders, all citizens.
Hmm.
And it doesn't have to be urgent, like any emergency. It can just be like maybe question or anything like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, if
Okay.
it's urgent, it'll be like a yeah, like a Mayday. Um,
Okay. Oh, okay, and these are the different, like this is like your phone book right here.
yeah, all the context. That's correct.
Okay. Oh, okay, there you go. Groups I'm participating in, groups I'm man. Okay. And then there's the map.
Yep. So this one, like, we have a lot of ideas for, but just I'm not part of the group that's like working on the map, but they have like a lot to do. So, but
Yeah.
we're working on like a lot of cool things for that.
No, so I mean, everything I'm seeing so far seems super functional. I mean,
Okay,
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
okay, that's good. Okay. So two things that I feel like we definitely should do is one
Hmm.
is to create a group, and then another one, incidents is probably big for you guys.
Hmm.
I was gonna ask if there's any like features we should do on that. So yeah, we start with incidents, and then you can open like previously created incidents, but also if you can try to create a new one, um, you probably like give some good feedback for that. So.
So I guess you hit the plus to create an incident.
I don't want to like say, do this to do that. I want to see if it's like
Oh,
obvious to you, so
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Because if it's not, then that means our design is bad and then we should.
Okay.
But
No,
you
it was
did see that?
intuitive. I mean, I saw the plus in the lower
Okay.
right corner,
Okay, that's
so
good.
uh I would say that made it pretty easy. Mhm.
And one thing that Dr. Beckman suggested for
Mhm.
the crime details like box was he was like there's you could have like a drop down like a bunch of options
Mhm.
that are like I guess like the primary crimes that happen like a robbery or a I don't know what else like like the main crimes just so it's easier to like I guess organize or like file all the incidents would that make sense to you?
Hold on 1 second. So can you start over again? What was that again?
So like in the crime details where you like inputting information on the crime,
Hmm.
um, one thing that we got suggested was to have like a drop down selection of like a lot of the crimes that happen most often. So like something like a
Oh,
robbery,
okay.
like,
Yeah. So
just so it's
what you're
easier
kind
to
of
like
describing
organize.
is what we call a CAD.
Okay.
Uh, like when dispatchers, because this reminds me very much of like a dispatch function, where like or citizens would be if they're self-reporting,
Mhm.
it would kind of give them the ability just to kind of like quickly click. Like an example would be like we use online reporting. And so it's a very narrow scope what they can report on their own. It's like hit and runs and restraining order violations, or sorry, child custody issues and stolen license plates, stuff like that. Like so, there's a very narrow scope. So yeah, that would be a pretty good idea.
Okay, and would that help with like filing or organizing crimes like into groups at all or
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because like when you start thinking about, sorry about that. Hey, maybe I just shut them. Um, Yeah, because when you start thinking about the back end, I'm sure there's going to be somebody who wants to catalog and be able to report on, what what locations were getting the most activity, what crimes, and because a big part of this is community engagement, and I would say on the back end, people would want administrators would want to know like, oh, this is a good way to kind of see how we should be, deploying our people. Should we reshape the beats? Should we change the hours in which certain shifts overlap with each other. So yeah, I could see that definitely being like a good thing to go to do.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Okay, and I believe you're still on the incidents page, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
think
went to like deploy resources or something like that.
yeah, that's correct. I think this is the last page. So after, well, let's see if this makes sense to you. Like, if there's anything you think could be better, but I think it's the last page for the creating an incident.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm kind of confused about this one right here. What is is this asking me like who am I going to send to this?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, oh, you guys ready? Come on. All right. So this one I'm not exactly sure what I should be clicking on.
So at the top, there's like an instruction. It just says like click and drag. Maybe that could be like highlighted or something.
Drag and drop
Yeah.
resources.
So you can, I think you can just drag it from the bottom and then,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not sure if there's like a drop region, but that's like the primary idea. Just any resources you want to add to the incident, you can. And if this could be like improved in any way, I think besides like adding a drop region, I don't know if there's a drop region,
Not that I saw.
but would this be like a feature you guys think you would use if you're creating an incident, like which cars you would want to go to the incident or like which officers you would assign?
Yeah, yeah. So like I'm not like a dispatcher, but I know dispatch usually goes off of when they make a decision, it's all based off of geography, like who's the closest. Um, so I don't know if that's something you would want to link into the map function, like if you know who is closest to whatever incident is going on. Um,
That's definitely a good idea. We could definitely implement that.
mhm. But so where am I supposed to drag? Where am I supposed to drag this?
Yeah, I think it would just be to the top. I think this is a bad design to because if you're all the way at the bottom, I don't think it's good to like drag it all the way to the top. I think one thing we could do and is you'll see it on the groups page, is there's like a drop region on the right side. I think that'll probably be the best option. We'll have like a scrollable left side and then you can drag it to the to the right side.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that's I think that's everything with the incidents page. So.
Okay.
Yeah, if I don't know, if there's anything else you could be improved, let us know. And then also if you want to look at like an existing incident, because you can go back and edit that as well. I think if you're a citizen, you can just view it, if it's not created by you, but
Other incidents. Okay. Let me click on this top one. Okay.
and you can click any of the numbers, I think, if you want to see the steps, but yeah, you're able to like allocate resources to as a first responder, you're able to allocate resources.
Hmm. Okay.
I think somebody's using the app as well. That's there's a notification there.
I know, I saw that. So I take it depending on what you pick, fire, medical, or police, it changes the prompts, huh? So the step three for police is going to be different than step three with medical.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not sure how much, but yeah, the prompts changed. That's correct.
Because when I was going through mine, I chose police and it didn't have um any of this. So just a point to like just something you may want to do.
Mm,
The doing free flow for like a police call. So you'll notice that, and dispatchers will always tell them like if you ever talk to a dispatcher, you have to remember people are like super amped up. They're usually calling on the worst day of their life. They're having a bad time, and they just want to get someone there to kind of help with the problem.
mm,
So if they're just typing in what's going on, you're probably going to get the worst part of it. And when I say the worst part, like what the crime is and the location. Um, Maybe having boxes like this, like you did for the medical side, would be beneficial because it forces them to give you more information before they can submit it. Like, oh, is the person that's being suspicious or committing the crime, male, female, other.
mm.
Then you have check boxes for their demographics, what they're wearing, um, things that other things that would really change a police officer's response is like, does this person to be appear to be suffering from like a mental health crisis, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And as like a user, if I'm reporting a problem, I wouldn't want to just type everything out. I think yeah,
Yeah, it would
having
probably
options
actually go
like that.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a good suggestion for sure. Thank you. Okay, yeah, and then for creating groups, and then for contacts, I'll just
Mhm.
ask one question
Yeah.
on that. So if you can go back to the contacts page, just like
Mhm.
what do you think the eye icon means, and then what do you think like the arrow icon means?
Okay, so the I to me means that they're on right now as we're talking,
That's correct, yeah.
and the arrow over means click on this to get more information.
Yeah, more information. Yeah, yeah,
Like it's a carrot that opens up
yeah.
more options.
That's correct. Yeah, I get. Yeah, it doesn't have to be obvious that. So it opens up like a private chat between you and that contact. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the idea though for sure. So I think that's okay enough. Yeah, I think we could leave that. But yeah, and then if you can go to the groups page
Okay.
and then just try to like create a group.
Okay.
And then Cecile is the name of our teacher. That's why you're seeing like a lot of
Yeah.
that name.
I'm just trying to find one that denotes like if they're like in the medical field. Mm, I know you talked to a doctor earlier, so let's see.
Well, I think he just like got his PhD. He was in like the IT department of the Oakland like police.
Okay. Well, so what I would have done is probably put someone in there within all the different disciplines that are in the group chat. So that would have been my next
Yeah.
step.
Okay. Got you.
All right. Hey, there you go.
Is that everything looks okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I like it, and I really like group chats just because they allow, like I'm a supervisor and it's nice not have like for instance, and this is just a real routine like kind of like issue, but like, hey, timesheets are due. And instead of calling, 10 people, hey, your timesheet is due, hey, your timesheet is due, or texting 10 people, it's nice to have a group chat. Ah, the sorry. The the only thing, and I know this is it's a project and you don't really have to worry about this, but one thing that whenever you're dealing with messages, come on, girls. Shh. One thing you're dealing with messages and like police departments is retention is like every message has to be retained for the city's retention policy. So I don't know if that's something you guys have to factor into your project or not, but
Meaning like it has to go into the public?
well, so yeah, so all these like if you're like for instance my department phone, there's a program that catalogs all my messages. And those are all PRAable. So like a reporter can come and say, "Hey, I want to look at every single message from, Sergeant Gonzalez from this date to this date." And if it's within the city's God, what's the term again? Sorry. Basically the retention period policy, like they have to give it over. So
Uh,
I that would I mean just a detail, but like that's whenever I think about like group messages and law enforcement or any kind of public service,
hmm.
those things have to be archivable.
Okay. Um, One thing we could do for that is like we have administrator accounts. So
Hmm.
maybe every group that's created, we can automatically add administrators. So whenever they log in, they can look at that group chat,
Hmm.
and any reporter can ask the admin to provide.
Yeah.
I think for like a private chat between you and just like one other person,
Hmm.
would you have to have that as well?
Just a way to retain it. Like the message has to be retained somewhere.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I guess that's everything. So we've been working on this for like a month and a half, maybe less. And we have like a month left for the semester.
Hmm.
So there's not too much done. We're like in the process for a lot of things. So that's pretty much it for like the main features that are like fully implemented. One question I have is, so when I talked to the chief of the fire department, he suggested like a feature where like EMT like on site they take
Hmm.
notes and stuff. So he was like maybe you could have like a notes feature where they can just type notes, like record voice record notes, and they can pull medical records of that like the patient they're looking at. Um,
Hmm.
would you have like any big features, like any new features you think the like a police department would like?
Let me see
But
here.
I mean, you gave a lot of like great advice for like improvements. So if there's nothing, I understand that. But just if there's anything that comes to mind.
Um, the only thing that would come to mind is just like, and I'm trying to think if this is even within like your guys' scope, but like when it comes to like the community, like giving like their feedback and stuff like that. Um, like is it is would this be like the appropriate platform to be like, hey, this officer came to my house and I just want to say thank you for whatever, like would that also be kind of like a
Yeah, for sure. I
it
mean,
could be used for that. Okay. I mean, it's and so there would be like an administrator at like whatever agency that's their job to like look through like, okay, yeah, no man, I honestly I have my work phone has just a ton and ton and ton of like different apps that we use, and dude, your guys looks great, man. It really does.
okay. I really appreciate that. I mean, there's a lot of improvements. Like we all like the entire class knows we can make it a lot better. But I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. I'll let them know as well.
Yeah, it's got a real clean look to it. We recently went to a new program and it looks like a man, it looks like a dressed up Excel spreadsheet, and like this looks, this looks nice, man. You guys are doing a great job, and thanks for taking an interest in our, in our profession and stuff. So, if I can be any help to you down the road, man, you shoot me a call, okay?
Okay, I really appreciate that, and you've helped a lot already. Yeah, so thank you for sitting down with me. I appreciate it.
Hey, no
Um,
problem, man.
yeah, I'll go stop the recording.